You think Tom Cruise is smiling? Think again, cross the line, and he'll shut you down without ever raising his voice. Tom Cruise isn't just a Hollywood icon, he's a master of composure. From awkward talk shows to aggressive press tours, he proves that calm precision can hit harder than anger ever could. Ellen DeGeneres' fun question turns awkward.
And Britney or Christina?
What do you mean?
Britney Spears? I don't know what I mean. I'm not even sure what I mean.
I've never thought about it.
All right. Right.
And it started innocently enough. Ellen, in her usual playful mode, tries to get Tom to pick between Britney or Christina. You know, those classic, fun, celebrity choices. But this isn't some teen magazine Q&A, and Tom doesn't treat it like one. He pauses, tilts his head slightly, that trademark calm stare, and just refuses to answer. No smirk, no shrug, just a measured, "I've never thought about it." It's a small moment, but it's telling. The audience laughs nervously, sensing the tension, but Tom doesn't waver. He's not being rude, he's setting a boundary. Ellen flails a bit, trying to recover the playful energy, but the message is clear. Tom Cruise doesn't play shallow games, and he certainly won't indulge anyone trying to corner him into nonsense. It's fascinating to watch, like seeing a master chess player calmly bypass a cheap trick without breaking a sweat. Peter Overton's personal probing.
What do you mean, Peter?
You were married for 10 years?
Listen, we raised children. I mean, how do you answer that? How do you answer that question? She's someone that I plan on getting married again.
You do?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And having kids?
Absolutely.
But Nicole was a major part of your life and a love of your life at the time.
I loved Nick very much. There's no question.
Would you like Nicole to remarry?
Yes. I want Nicole to be happy. That's what I want.
And do you have a relationship where you talk, it's a parenting relationship, and talk professionally about each other's work?
Listen, here's the thing, Peter.
Yeah.
You're stepping over a line now. You're stepping over a line. You know you are.
I suppose they're questions, though, that people want to know.
Peter, you want to know.
Then came the Australian reporter Peter Overton, who thought he could slip in a personal jab. "Was Nicole the love of your life?" he asked. At first glance, it seems innocent, but it's a minefield. Tom's eyes narrowed slightly, his calm voice taking over, precise, firm. "What do you mean, Peter? You were married for 10 years. We raised children together. How do you answer that?" Peter stumbled, sensing he'd crossed a boundary, but Tom didn't need to raise his voice to make the line clear. He kept his composure, adding, "You're stepping over a line now. You know you are." The audience could feel the shift, the air thick with a mixture of respect and tension. Tom wasn't being harsh. He was setting rules without humiliation, a masterclass in controlled authority. It's rare to see someone navigate personal pressure like that. Eyes calm, voice steady, every word deliberate. Boundaries have never looked so elegant. The political trap question.
I'd like to ask this question to anyone who's up for it. I watched the film and I saw that it was filmed in many different locations around the world, including Africa. And of course, we all are aware of the tariffs that President Donald Trump has been imposing on overseas productions and films. So is this particular movie under that tariff? And also, how much of the film was shot overseas? I think that's a fair answer. All right. Can we move on to the next question, please?
And just when it seemed like the questions were settling, an Asian reporter tried the political angle. Trump-era tariffs, overseas filming, financial traps, disguised as casual curiosity. How much of this movie was shot overseas? Were you affected by tariffs? Most actors might flinch, stumble, or offer a vague response. Not Tom. He paused, shifted his expression slightly, and then silence. "Can we move on to the next question, please?" he said. That's it. No explanation, no defense, no awkward filler, just a quiet, devastating refusal to play the game. The room felt it immediately. Silence became a weapon, louder than any rant. Cameras caught the subtle smirk of someone who knows exactly what they're doing. The reporter realized, too late, that he'd been shut down without a word. Tom's message was crystal clear. If you try to trap him with loaded questions, sometimes the best response isn't words at all. It's controlled, precise silence. The Russell Crowe fight hypothetical.
These high standards for yourself with these stunts, but everyone else has to step up. Russell Crowe has said that in this film, he plays Dr. Jekyll. You have a fabulous fight scene, and he said you both had a discussion. You said, you know what, let's both just absolutely go for it.
Yeah. And look, he's an amazing athlete. He's a very good stuntman himself also. And, you know, if you look at that, the fight sequence that we have together, it was, we really had a lot of fun doing that.
He said he got bruised. I don't know how much fun he had.
Both of us got bruised. When he picks me up and slams me on that table, you know, he's...
It's a real table.
Yeah, he's got to do it.
So do you walk away from that and go, he would actually beat me if we went at it properly? If you had a fight properly?
Why do you ask that question? Why even? It's like, I don't even think of stuff like that. I don't even think like I'm going to fight my
that's
friend.
right, because you're always thinking of the audience when you're making people.
Exactly. He's my friend. You know, that would never happen.
And here's where it gets a little ridiculous. During a press tour, a reporter decided it would be funny to ask who would win in a real fight between Tom and Russell Crowe. The room tensed for a moment. Would Tom play along? Would sparks fly? Not a chance. He didn't even flinch. With that calm, measured tone, he reminded everyone, Russell is my friend. I don't think that way. Simple. Direct. The message landed immediately. The reporter's attempt at drama evaporated into thin air. Tom wasn't rude, he wasn't mocking, he wasn't defensive. He just deflected the nonsense with class and clarity. It's one of those moments that makes you realize how rare true composure is. He's not there to entertain hypotheticals or childish rivalries. He's there to work, to respect his colleagues, and to stay above the fray. What would you have done in that situation? The water prank incident.
Yeah, but it's about a family. It's about the journey of this family. Yes. Now, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Come here. What's so funny about that? It's ridiculous. Do you like making less of people? That's really... Hey, no. Don't run away. Don't run away. That's incredibly rude. I'm here giving you an interview and answering your questions, and you do something really nasty.
And then came the stunt that could have ruined anyone's day. A man disguised as a reporter squirted water straight in Tom's face during a red carpet interview. Most actors would explode, yell, storm off, but not Tom. He stared the man down, calm and controlled, and repeated the words, "Why would you do that?" over and over. No shouting, no threats, just firm, measured repetition. The prankster froze, caught off guard by the unexpected authority in Tom's quiet voice. Cameras captured the stunned silence, the crowd's reaction, part shock, part awe. Tom didn't need to humiliate him. He didn't need to scream. His disappointment was enough, and it hit harder than any rant could. The lesson? Confidence and calm can turn even a ridiculous, disrespectful act into a masterclass in control. Jimmy Kimmel's Out of Touch tease.
And to be honest, I use you as a distraction to get to my car.
So I'm trying to help you out with that.
Appreciate that. But are there times where you just want to get to where you're gonna go? And can you even could you get on public transportation or go to a museum?
Look, I'm ready for whatever's gonna happen. So I don't change my life, but look, I like talking to people, you know, and as I said, I make my movies for them. And I do go on transportation. My security do that. Like sometimes I'll put on my hat and my earphones and I'll just go in and get on the tube just if I want to get to the studio.
Does that work?
Quickly.
Do people stop
Sometimes.
You? It does.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes people are, during rush hour, I go in and I'll be there. And I remember one time I was there and there was a 14-year-old kid. This girl was there and everyone was looking at their phones and I just saw her. I looked over and kind of my head's down. I got my baseball cap, and she's just staring at me like this. And I looked at her, And she looked at me and she just looked around the subway like.
And just when you think reporters have run out of angles, Jimmy Kimmel tries his classic tease, painting Tom as out of touch, implying that celebrity life has disconnected him from normal, everyday experiences. Most actors would smile nervously or give a generic answer. Not Tom. He smiled and leaned in, transforming it into a lovely, down-to-earth event. "I do it sometimes," he said regarding his subway hop. Then he told a tale about a young fan who was looking at him with shock, attempting to act ordinary even while others disregarded the world around them. The audience roared. The tension dissipated, and Tom changed the story just then. While still keeping that distinctive calmness, he was approachable, human, and modest, not out of touch. It spoke volumes, though. Tom just lives his life this way. He doesn't have to demonstrate his normality. The "you're no Al Pacino" comment.
Very well, thank you.
So when I read about this movie, I said, well, this is a typical movie for Al Pacino or for Robert De Niro, and then you went and...
I mean, I don't get afraid to take on characters. I get excited, you know. There's always that question of, is it going to work? Will I be able to do it? To what level? But I really enjoy starting a character and just having at it, you know, and see what happens.
Then came the Collateral Press Tour, when an interviewer implied the part would be better suited for giants like Al Pacino or Robert De Niro. Most people might feel the sting from a small jab. Tom, nevertheless, did not flinch. He leaned forward, voice even, eyes calm, and recounted the delight of accepting a character, the difficulty of doing something different, and the enthusiasm of developing complexity in a character. He made no credentials, comparison, or defense. Instead, he let his devotion and skill speak for themselves, exuding assurance without arrogance. It was among those rare times when professionalism trumps pride. Tom just displayed total authority over his work. He didn't have to prove he was superior to anyone else. In that calm, composed response, he outshined any effort to sabotage him. Put your manners back in. Moment.
Take responsibility for what you want to know. Don't say what other people. This is a conversation that I'm having with you right now.
You're right.
Okay, so I'm just telling you right now, okay? Just put your manners back in.
Do you think I was out of line?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I apologize for that
Good.
sincerely.
Finally, the same interviewer pushed further, crossing into intrusive territory. Most actors might laugh it off or dodge. Not Tom. He snapped, but not angry. Firm, calm, controlled. Put your manners back in. The room went silent. The words hung in the air. The man, suddenly realizing he'd crossed a line, apologized instantly. No raised voice, no dramatics, just authority delivered with precision. The audience could feel the power behind the calm. It was a verbal mic drop that said everything without shouting a single word. Tom didn't need theatrics, insults, or ego, just presence, clarity, and respect for himself and his audience. Watching him navigate this moment feels like a masterclass in control. He didn't humiliate anyone, but he made it absolutely clear who was in charge. Tom Cruise doesn't dominate interviews with volume, he does it with control. No yelling, no ego, no panic. Just presence, confidence, and respect. So, what's your take on this? Drop it in the comments, and if you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe. I've got way more coming your way.